So I'm standing down here with my doe Spot, and I kind of wanted to take a minute to talk about how I recently lost a whole set of kits. And part of that, the fault is shared between the both of us here. So to start from the beginning, on her end of things, she had 7 in total, and her box is back here in this corner. And she built a pretty good nest, and she had 3 of them in the back, and I want to say that she then turned around to start taking care of them and looking at them, and then she had 4 more up in the front, and she didn't get them moved back into the nest at all, so they stayed up in the front. And I wasn't here when she had them. I was gone at work for a few hours, and I came back as soon as I got home and found them. And that was her fault of things. And she also, I don't think she got enough fur pulled, but the next day she was still trying to pull more fur, so I think she knew that as well. But that was her fault. That was her side of things. It's her first time. She's learning. And so that was where we lost 4. But now I want to talk about my fault of things. So when I got back and I found those 4, they were already cold, and I think right then and there I should have accepted my losses. But this was going to be my first successful kindling, and I'm still learning as well. Obviously that was going to be my first successful set of kits, so I am far from experienced in raising rabbits. But I was trying to be hopeful and give those 4 a chance, and I put them back in there with the other 3. And I was, in my mindset, I was thinking that she would get in there and sit on them all night. I don't know, nobody exactly told me that information. That's just kind of what I assumed. Maybe it comes from all the chickens that I've raised over the years. They always sit on their nest. But I recently read that rabbits do not sit in their nest 24/7. They don't stay in there with them. I knew that as they got older, that they got out of their box. They only hopped in there to feed. And especially when the kits are growing, in the first few weeks, if they get out of their nest, to put them back in there. That way they're in there to feed when the doe gets back in there to take care of the kits. So that's where we get to my fault of things. I should have accepted my losses, took them 4 out, and the other 3 would have been able to share their body heat and keep each other warm a lot better, because the doe was not going to be sitting in there with them. So that's how I end up losing all 7. I should have taken them 4 out, let them other 3 keep each other warm, instead I put the other 4 in there with them, back there deeper in the nest. And I think the outcome would have been a lot different if I didn't do that. I think they would have been able to stay alive over the night, and like I said, Spot was pulling fur to get more fur in there on them to keep them more warm. But that's how things went. So she has already been rebred, and we're going to be trying again. So just kind of want to talk about that, see if anybody had anything to say on that. But yeah, we're going to keep trying. I got my other hutch built, and it's down here, and we are, hopefully she took as well. She has been bred. We had 1 fall off with her. She is not a very good breeder, but I'm hoping to get some kits out of her, and we'll see how things go in the future. But yeah, just kind of want to talk about that a little bit, talk about our losses. That's what we learned from, and keep going forward. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.